Well, hey there, East Main Baptist Church. Thank you for joining me on this great Thursday for another real short talk with Ryan. Hope you're having a good day, whether it's Thursday or Friday or Saturday or any other day of the week that you happen to have found this video and you're taking a few minutes to watch it. Thank you for joining me. We're in Psalm 123 today, and I just want to talk about where do we look for help? Where do we look for help? So we're, in the Psalm of Ascents, and they're all about worship, and they're about the people of God gathering together. And one of the reasons that we gather together each week is to hear a word from the Lord, right? Hopefully a word that helps us grow closer to Him, that helps us live for Him and for His glory as we go about our days. And what we know is that is not always easy, right? It is not always easy to live for God's glory in the world, right? We have problems, right? The people that are described in this psalm for us had problems, right? Look at verse 3. It says, "Have mercy upon us, O Lord, have mercy upon us, for we have had more than enough of contempt. Our soul has had more than enough of the scorn of those who are at ease, of the contempt of the proud." Right? So their problem is that they were suffering this contempt of other people, right? Other people were looking down upon them, right? Maybe others that didn't believe the same way they believed, right? Whether that was Israelites that just had given up on following God, whether that was the nations around them that were mocking them for following after God and traveling to Jerusalem to worship Him year after year. And this is a common thing that we might face, right? We have people that do not understand why we choose to live the way that we do. Why do we choose to glorify God? Why do we choose to gather together for worship week after week, right? There's going to be some that think they're smarter than us, so they just judge us because they're like, man, those poor people, right? I'm going to look down upon them because I have all these answers that they don't even know, right? There's going to be some that look down upon us because they're like, man, I'm just comfortable just doing my own thing. And man, these people, they'd be better off if they would just do their own thing. But why do they keep trying to worship God? Why do they keep trying to do good? Why do they keep gathering together, right? The people that do not understand why we do what we do. And so they judge us and they look down upon us for it, right? And we have a whole host of other problems. That was their particular problem. We have a whole sorts of things that are pressing in upon us. And so the question is where do we look for our help? So we can't look to the world for help. Why? Because the world is judging us. Right? Sometimes we think, the world's going to help me, right? I can find a solution for what ails me in the world. Why would we look to the very people that are looking down upon us for help? Because it leaves us really only one place, right? If we're not going to look to the world, we've got to look to someone else, someone greater than the world. And we have to look to the Lord, right? This is what the psalmist says, "To you I lift my eyes, O you who are enthroned in the heavens," right? We have to look to the Lord for help. I think this is why it's so important that we gather together each week, because collectively we're saying, hey, we need the Lord's help. This is why we read our Bible. This is why we pray on our own throughout the week, because we are acknowledging, Lord, I don't have the wisdom. Lord, I don't know what to do, but I trust that you do, that you are enthroned in the heavens, that you are above everything in this life, that you are above all creation, so I can trust you and I can believe in you. "Behold," he says, "as the eyes of the servants look to the hand of their master, as the eyes of a maidservant to the hand of her mistress," right? This is the relationship we have, right? We look to Him for good. We look to Him to provide for us. We look to Him to give us direction. So our eyes look to the Lord our God till He has mercy upon us. We stay persistent about it. We keep seeking Him. We don't say, oh man, He didn't answer this one time, I guess I'm done. No, we stay after it. We stay persistent. We say, Lord, give us direction. Lord, give us help. Lord, give us guidance. Lord, look at what we're dealing with. Lord, I don't understand, but I trust in you. Where do you look for help? I pray that you look to the Lord and the Lord alone for your help. Hey, thanks for tuning in this week. We'll be back next week. Until then, go and glorify God's name.